Right, well, we're now ready to gloss her up. The mediums that I used, and also one of the first tricks I learned was this stuff, Johnson's Wax Clear. Now, I was given this bottle 5-6 years ago when I first started up. As you can probably see, there's about just over a quarter left. But lately, or in the last year or so, I've been introduced to Alclad's Aqua Gloss. Now, since I've used it the first time, I've never gone back. This is not a kickback for Jay Levity, but he gave me some more not long ago, and I will constantly use this stuff now more than the clear. It's Alclad 2 Lagers Aqua Gloss ALC 600, and all you do is basically spray it on like you would anything else. So get your airbrush. You can paint this stuff on as well, and it will lay flat. It is very, very thin, like any normal Alclad. Set the pressure to about just over 12 psi so that she'll spray nicely. I've already given the bottle a good shake. Making sure there's no nasties around the top that could go into the airbrush, and then just pour it in a cup. Simple as that. Wipe round, because she will go very hard, and most of the sheen that's been taken off my airbrush is by cleaning off this and clear. Right, so all we do is just make sure it's coming through clean, and then blow it over. And as you can see, almost immediately you're getting a gloss finish. That's not wet, as people call wet. It is a gloss finish straight away. Turn her over, or round rather, come in from the wing and just spray her on. Try to get a nice even coat over the back, tail planes, tail right up, over the nose cone, basically of everything. Now that is ready for deckling once she dries, but of course I've got to do the underneath first, so we'll let her dry for about half an hour, then I'll flip her over and do the other side. Okay, so we've given it a little while, probably about an hour and a half I suppose, and she's now hard, unscratchable. Well, I say unscratchable, obviously if you went over it with a nail or something you'd scratch it, but we've unmasked her all. We're happy with the finish, a little bit of touching up, but that's nothing we can't sort out in a few minutes, so we don't worry about that. Right, now it's time to mask up the tail area. So we're back to the usual thing of masking the tape. Excuse me for a sec. Right. Now, the dugout green band, which has the start or the finish of the serial number, is placed very close to the tail. Now this makes it extremely hard to mask, but Tamiya tape is brilliant for the job because it comes so thin. Now I haven't got any really thin 1mm at the moment, so what I'm going to do is just move this forward a second, so hopefully you can still see. I'm going to run a band right across the line on the cutting mat. Cut her off. Metal ruler. Sharp scalpel. And what I'm going to do is literally cut off the width that I want to be away from the tail. So roughly you want 1.5 mm. Cut off the ends because they lift up. Okay, cut the ends of the tape off. Get rid of the bits because they can be a pain. Find them everywhere. Okay. Lift up your mask or your piece of tape that you want. Now remember which is straight edge, so we're out this way. Okay. Right. Now, yeah, I know I've gone over the top and that's too long, but better to be too long than too short. So we're getting square edge. What we're doing is we're going to the top of the rear of the fuselage, just before the panel line, dropping it dead straight to eye anyway, down, and then from the bottom all we're going to do is lift it straight up to form the join there. Okay, and then what we're going to do, get your scalpel, nick it off and out of the way. This looks like it's just about long enough, so check the lengths roughly of the serial numbers. This serial number doesn't actually go directly into the aircraft, so it's not going to be a biggie. But what we want to do, keep looking at your reference photo, the reference picture on the box, looking roughly where it starts, and then getting your piece of tape, wrapping around so you have exactly what you want. Stay wrapped, it's not doing the harm. There we have our area for the duck egg taping. Now the hard bit is making sure that none the duck egg gets on or anything else. Obviously it doesn't matter on the underneath because we're same colour. But what I use, this is a little bit wasteful I suppose, but I like doing it this way and it works for me. So on the top I've got a bit of 18mm tape wrapped around the top and pushed in. Another piece, again around the top, but tight down and across the top. While we're on the top, another piece of tape down to cause an issue for the paint to get through. Now this is 18mm tape, so it isn't going to bend very well, so just wrap it around, get just a little bit to do the final piece at the bottom, so that way I know no paint can get onto that bit on the rest of the fuselage. Right, then we've got the little bit at the bottom here. We want to get that down. I don't know if you can see that area there, but we want to push that in so that there's a seal there. On the bottom, a bit of tammy tape again, straight edge, and straight over. Okay. Right, now we need just to get a little bit into that area there, just to stop anything getting in. Get it almost in position. Then a cocktail stick just to push it behind the line. We know that that is protected from overspray. And exactly the same on the other side. And now, that's as far as I'll go with the masking for this bit. If you can hear a dog in the background, it's Billy deciding that he's going to chase his tail for a week. Right. A tiny amount of X28 because we only want a minimal amount of paint. Mixed in the pot. It looks like I use a lot of paint, but actually it's only a 2.5 mil cup, so there isn't a lot in there, believe me. Okay, so that's mixed up. Pressure's about 20 psi. Check your flow. And then on the edges, paint, just spray your paint on. Doesn't matter if you go over the old duck egg, because at the end of the day, it's the same colour. Right, I keep saying duck egg, actually it's tomorrow's sky, but we all know it's duck egg green, or supposedly duck egg green. And that is now sprayed. Now, when I was looking around the aircraft, I did notice a couple of places which I'm now going to sort. Just like that. Right, and then just take the masking off, being very careful not to actually touch the paint because it's still very wet. Normally I'd leave it a little longer than this. Billy having a field day. And the other side. Pull the main masking tape. No overspray, lovely. And then the main masking. And on this one, cut it off just there, so let's take her off from that. And that, as they say, is the painting done. She's all up to date, all ready to go. So what we'll do now is we'll just give it another quick coat of clear when the camera's off, just to be able to shine up slightly more, although it's not needed, but it's just to cover up that piece and the pieces we resprayed. I did also do the undercarriage, or the undercarriage covers, so they're all ready to go, and hopefully we'll be ready to decal sometime very soon. Thanks.